Hey everybody, this is Dan Soto Santi, Stephanie's friend, hoping to be on the show. Um, just a little introduction about me. Um, of course, of Italian descent, if you can't tell by this schnozola over here, and grew up in New York City, in Queens, New York. We run DMC and Jerry Seinfeld, and a whole lot of professional people from the trade of acting and music came from. I saw the first rap music and the first break dancing right there on Queens Boulevard, where they throw down a cardboard box that they laid out, and they would do the most elaborate break dancing. And before that, it was hand bone and the first hip hop, hibbit to the hibbit, hip hip hobbit, don't stop rocking, which was of course Rapper's Delight. So I just feel so privileged to have been at the birthplace of so many cultural iconic events. They even filmed Men in Black right there at Flushing Meadow Park, where I grew up, just a few blocks away. So had an amazing youth in New York City. Got transferred here to Florida with my dad. We're Italians, as I said before, and the reason I mention that is why do I want to be on the show? Well, everybody says, "Oh, you must have a lot of relatives, brothers and sisters, cousins," which I always wish I did. But my dad, I'm doing this kind of for him. He's 88 years old. He still reads the Wall Street Journal every day and plays golf. God has blessed us, but he has no relationship with his family. His mom's name was Ada Pellegrino, like the Pellegrino Water Company. I believe that she is related to the Pellegrinos that actually have the water company. So it was Ada Pellegrino Soto Santi, Sotto, Santi, which means under the saints in Italian. They had a falling out when she remarried a man who was into gambling and kind of hit him up for money for gambling. Um, my dad put himself through New York University, started in the projects in New York with nothing, while everybody else was stealing hubcaps. He was going to school, becoming an executive, and then ended up being an executive with Hertz, and kind of didn't want to be handing money over to a guy that was milking her for gambling. So that's the story of why I want to be on the show. Um, and I think if I won, I would take him to Italy because all he spoke was Italian until he was 3 years old. Grew up in the projects of Brooklyn, but he has never been back to the old country. And I think that would be an amazing thing to go back to Sicily. And he's 88. We don't know how many more miles he's got. So I would love to be able to share that with him. What would I do with the $50,000? Well, if we have the blessing of being reunited with his side of the family, maybe a big family reunion, do something like a cruise to Italy. Or I don't know what you can do with 50 grand, but I'd put it to excellent use. Um, Personally, I'm a pretty spiritual person. Um, I don't say bada bim, bada boom. I say God's good, and He's been good to me. And I grew up in Catholic school. Kind of when it was being shoved down my throat, I didn't take it too seriously. But now I totally understand how important it can be in your life. So um, I love music. I listen to old Barry White and Al Green, and I love rock, and I love singing, and so many things. But and the other thing is, on my mom's dad, who's Salvatore Artesi, he had 12 brothers and sisters on Long Island that I've never met, and they're cousins, and that's a plentiful load. So, but he's no longer with us, and my mom's gone from lung cancer. So I think finding my dad's family while he's still alive. He says he doesn't care, and oh, what is family? And that's always what you say when you're hurt deep inside. But I'm really doing this for my friend Stephanie. I've managed with no hardly any family at all. To hear people say, "Oh, you're Italian, you must have a big family," and it kind of hurts that I don't. I'm a real family guy. I tried to make one of my own, and it ended in divorce, not of my cause. I've got a beautiful daughter. That's a highlight of my life, but I'd like him to have that chance. And if I do it and I can get him a situation where he can meet his family, I think he'll do it. And we'll march him right to the front door. And he's still alive out in Brandon, Florida. And I wouldn't mention it. I think I'd just show up and say, "Dad, look who I found." And I know it would be a warm reception. So I'm Dan Soto Santi. I think I have a lot to offer the show. I'm doing this for my friend Stephanie because she has big holes in her heart um, that have resulted in, addiction and personality situations that have made it very hard for her. She's just a wonderful person, burdened by the fact that she doesn't really know a lot of who her family is. And I think this show is going to be just a godsend. God sent some amazing things to transform her into the fine spiritual person that she is. And I don't do things for myself much because I'm very happy, man. I just am. And if I can do this for my dad, that'd be great. If I can help Stephanie, though, I think she needs this more than any of us. And that's a great reason to win $50,000. And of course, I wouldn't have control of all the money. I don't know if we both get the money. I don't really care about the money. I care about the family and making this connection and making this a great show. Um, I've thought about doing podcasts of my own. I've got so much to offer um, in the way of knowledge. And, I was walking out to my car working for 1-800 Accountant where Stephanie worked also. And I saw an airplane taking off. And I thought to myself, that plane, it was just not very far away at all, so heavy that the same air I'm breathing right now is the air that lifts that huge airplane. And it just came to me. God just sent me the message that prayer is like air. With enough of it, you can do anything. So I realized that when we go to a football game and we're all waiting for the Green Bay Packers, the New York Giants, that combined intention is just like prayer. And I think you can move things with that. I know I've moved things in my life by doing that, and I'm always trying to help others. I don't go around handing homeless people money that are going to go blow it on drugs, but I think a hand up versus a hand out. Buy them a sandwich, get them a sweater, find them a place to live. I do it like that. But God bless you guys. I hope you choose us to be on the show. I guarantee you it won't be boring. I can make it very exciting. I can do whatever you want to do, but I don't want to take the spotlight off my partner, Stephanie, who is just the most wonderful person. And I just think we all need to get to know her through this show. So that's all I'm going to say. And God bless all you guys. And I hope you find joy in your life. And I hope we find joy at reuniting with our family. So Dan Soto Santi signing off. Take care. Please choose us so we can make this happen for Stephanie and my dad. God bless.